go ahead and get started with Coach Harper, and we'll begin with questions.
Kellie, I took the time to rewatch that Carson Newman game. How are things progressing defensively, especially in front of ball screens and things like that?
Yeah, obviously our defense coming out of the Carson Newman game was an area that we wanted to really work on. We're still working on it, trying to make sure our urgency on the defensive end is where it needs to be. I thought our pace offensively was okay, and we had some good offensive series, but we've got to make sure our defense is being tough as well.
How are you all adjusting this week, going from the exhibition game in Carson and then to Ohio State?
Being honest with you, I think it's a long week. They're beyond ready to play someone else and to get out there and really get started. So I think right now we're trying to put the final things in that we need in, being very detailed and reviewing, make sure we've got everything, and they're on go. They're ready, and so I think right now it's just we've got to make sure they understand to take advantage of the time that we still have in practice and not fast forward to games because we've still got 3 practices left.
How do you approach, jumping in against a ranked opponent and doing so on the road for your first game of the regular season?
Well, I think what this team right now needs more than anything is challenge. And obviously you can pick up our schedule and see that all over our schedule. We're going to be challenged so many times, even before we get to SEC play. And I think that's what this team needs, because I think for us to be our best, we've got to fight through adversity. We're going to have to battle ups and downs, and we need to be tested. And obviously going on the road, big time matchup at your first game, that's a big test.
Ohio State returns top 3 scorers, Madison Green, who was out last year, veteran team who almost beat Texas in the Sweet 16. What kind of offensive challenge are you expecting?
Well, I think they have a nice balance in that they've got scorers on the perimeter. They can get it inside. They can get the ball to the paint. And I think that balance, as well as their discipline and their execution, their shooting percentage, all those things make for a tough team offensively. They do a really nice job with their offense and their sets and how they're attacking. So for us, you just don't want to leave people open because you leave people open. If you mess up defensively, if you have miscommunications, they're going to score.
This is a healthy squad you got coming into week 1. What encourages you most so far?
I think right now I'm just excited to turn them loose and let them go and see what happens. And I think again, we just need to be put in those spots of challenge. And we need adversity in front of us right now to really push us. And we fully expect to get that. I'm excited about taking a veteran team on the road for a first game. I think they understand how things go in college. The players that have been at Tennessee understand how we travel. I mean, it is something that you have to feel confident about with the makeup of our team.
2 of your most aggressive offensive players, and Rukia and Marta both got themselves to the line multiple times Sunday, perfect from the free throw line. How key will that be to have players who not only get themselves to the line but are going to sink them when they're there?
Well, I think we need to be a team that is aggressive offensively and aggressive on the boards, and those 2 things should lead us to free throw opportunities. And when you get there, you have to make them, and you really have to make them in big time games, big time matchups, close games, and that's what we could see on Tuesday.
From the outside looking in, you have these preseason polls. They've got you Coach of the Year. They've got the team finishing in the NCAA tournament, top seeded team. That outside pressure, I know for most of the teams here, you don't let it penetrate your walls. But what's the conversation like, with your girls knowing that you're the team to beat this year, really?
Yeah, we talk about things pretty openly with our team, and frankly, the discussion most recent was we haven't done anything, and right now everything's on paper, and you have to go out and earn it, and you don't just earn it. People don't just give it to you. You have to go out and earn it, deserve it, work for it, and that's where we have to understand This is great. We can talk about it. It gets people excited, and that's fine. I mean, that's what it's for. But when you step out on the court, and you got to go do it.
From your perspective, what's it like not only having Jordan return to the lineup, but get to make her season debut against her hometown team?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm a better coach if Jordan Horston's on the court, so I'm happy that she's healthy and back out playing. She's practicing really well, and is very competitive and excited about not just this game but the season. And it's special to be able to for her to be able to play in her hometown. The way the schedule ended up, we were able to do that, to add this game pretty late this summer. It'll be fun for her family, especially the folks that can't always get down to Knoxville to see her play.
When it comes to your, toughest defensive assignments, you have a player on the opposing team you just have to stop. Who are you looking to on your team right now to pick up those toughest assignments?
That's a great question. I think we have options, and I'm excited about that. Obviously, for us, we know for a fact Jordan Horston, Jordan Walker are proven defenders that can get stops. Tamari Key has, depending on the position, has stepped up in big moments when we've needed post defense. But I believe our newcomers, I think Jasmine Franklin, Rakia Jackson, Jasmine Powell, I think all three of those players are players that can step up and guard at an elite level. Jillian Hollingshead has really impressed me with her defensive ability, both inside and out. And Kaya Wynn's athleticism and her strength gives her a presence on the court, especially on that defensive end. So I think we have options. There's more to it than just the ability. You have to have the knowledge of your opponent. You have to have the knowledge of the sets you're guarding, and you have to be able to be focused for multiple possessions to be a great defender.
Any other questions for Coach?
I have one from Maria. There's a quick turnaround next week, especially just going from top 15 opponent on the road to 2 days later being at home against UMass. How are you approaching that with this team with so many newcomers who may not be used to, how you prepare, how you're looking at that?
Right. Well, I think we talk about we have a lot of newcomers. We have 6 new players. However, 4 of those players are college basketball players. They've done this before. So even though our preparation may look a little different than what they've seen, it's still college basketball preparation, and I think they'll adjust pretty quickly. And I think our 2 freshmen, will learn the ropes on the fly, to be honest with you. But it is a quick turnaround, and a quick turnaround to a really good team that may not have the rankings that Ohio State has, but they're a really good basketball team, predicted number 1 in their league. So I think for us, it's right now one game mentality, and you've really got to stay locked in and be focused each and every game. I know it's cliche. I understand it's easier probably to say than to do, but that's reality. There's a reason that cliche still sticks. It's true, and it's what you need to do to be able to continue to be successful and be focused on the task at hand.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.